Namaskar, Adab, Sat Sri Akal, good evening. Welcome once again to Bits and Banter, our show on everything that we feel like discussing. So today we are on IPL still. We are here to discuss the Delhi Capitals versus Mumbai Indians match. Before we get to the match, let me just tell you something interesting. The Mumbai versus Delhi battle in Indian cricket is well documented. It's been on for ages. I grew up in Delhi, and I used to be involved in some sort of cricket, so I would see this happen. This is my personal experience, and everybody knows it. So, and then today there was a very interesting scenario where Deep Das Gupta, one of the commentators, asked Sunny Gavaskar about it on commentary. He said, "Look, there is a Mumbai-Delhi clash. How is your support?" For once, Gavaskar was tongue-tied, and the legend admitted that he was lost for words. Now, why am I telling you this? Just so that you know, Deep Das Gupta is a Bengali who grew up in Delhi and who played cricket for Delhi. Anyway, coming back to the match, as always, the Mumbai and Delhi matches are humdingers. The last year's final was one, if all of you remember. And today, once again, it was different. Delhi won the toss and they put Mumbai into bat, who scored 129 runs but lost 8 wickets in the process. They never got going. It was a tough ride, and they never got going. And Delhi Capitals came in and almost made a pig's breakfast out of things. I mean, they lost wickets, and funnily enough, it was Ashwin's 6 that ended the match. So with this, what I'll do is I'll bring in our guest tonight, Arvind. Hi, and
Hi.
whoa, what just happened there?
Ironically, two Ayers from the south finished the match for Delhi. That's the beauty of IPL. And so it was boring in between, but definitely, I don't know what has happened to Sharjah. Pitches have just become very slow. All matches are low scoring and eventually been taken to the last over. But definitely, Delhi bowled brilliantly. Especially, I think Avesh Khan and Akshar Patel, they have just made their case stronger into the Indian white ball cricket. So the hats off to them, brilliant bowling by them. And to restrict Mumbai to less than 130 was a highly commendable job. Additional 5 to 10 runs would have made the difference.
I want to ask you something. I mean, see, we have a team. Mumbai's bowling has been a very strong unit for some years now. The batting has been very sound, and suddenly you find batsmen coming in. I mean, it's like a flash in the pan. I mean, if you remember today, Rohit Sharma hit a cracking drive, first ball.
Yeah.
And we thought, oh, you know what, this guy seems to be in a different mood. And then the mood changed.
Yeah.
And Suryakumar Yadav, who was not playing well, he suddenly came into his own. He hit Ashwin for a 6 and a 4, and then hit some terrific shots. And we thought, sky is back, sky is the limit. And then gone. So what do you think is happening here?
I think somewhere brain fade moments are happening. Rohit Sharma, he was beautifully set up. 4th ball, short ball, he gets out to a short ball.
Yeah.
Ironically, that's the favorite ball he loves to play.
Exactly.
And against a rookie can understand what is going on in Rohit Sharma's mind. So imagine that is the level of, that is the level of intelligence the bowler had or the captain had in the opposition team. So somewhere a brain fade moment happens. I don't understand what is happening. Similarly with Sky, Sky was calm, composed. He played his own shots. He got a full toss. Rather than playing into the gap straight, he hit it to the fielder. So
correct.
So these are all like spur of the moment incidents, which I feel, and it is unfortunately happening in a way that Mumbai Indians are losing wickets. So that's what I felt, especially in the case of Rohit Sharma and Suryakumar.
Surya, yeah. And I mean, see, the basic challenge here is that because we are talking about players who are actually part of the T20 team.
Exactly.
You tend to worry. I mean, like, what is happening here?
Mumbai Indians has to do well if India has to do well. So
yeah, so it's almost like Mumbai. I mean, the owners of Mumbai Indians gave them permission to work from home this time, so they are all still at home only.
They're still at home only.
Yeah, yes. So it's very weird. So now coming to Delhi, I mean, they had 2 bad matches, but then would you say that Delhi and Sharjah don't get along? Is that the case? Because they did have some clinical games before.
Yeah.
After coming to Sharjah, they seem to be, I think they removed the S out of Sharjah and said Harjah.
Harja.
So is that what it is? I don't know.
I don't know. Probably they would have carried the
Since Ashwin doesn't know
baggage from the
Hindi, I mean, Ashwin is not supposed to know Hindi. He
Supposed to
didn't
know
realize.
Hindi.
But
No, I
jokes
think
apart, jokes apart. I mean, where is that blip coming from?
I think they're carrying the unnecessary baggage from previous year. Previous year they were also definitely at par with Mumbai Indians with the way the tournament was going, and towards the fag end, just like this, towards the fag end, they started not falling apart, but they started losing games. So somewhere in the back of the mind, with probably too young a team, something would have been going on in their mind. Plus the previous match against KKR, which they lost, I think that would have also definitely played somewhere in their mind, is what I personally believe. But I think barring the first 3 wickets, the way Rishabh Pant played today was fantastic. I mean, he took that responsibility. He counter-attacked the bowlers and ensured that he does not waste too many balls, and started scoring well of Bumrah, especially Bumrah. So that was a good sign. But again, he threw away his wicket in the middle, and then again wicket started to
it was almost like everybody seemed to have a death wish. You know what? I've done my job. Let's let somebody. I mean, you saw how Shimron Hetmeyer came.
He
scores 15 runs of 5-6 deliveries, and then suddenly decides that okay, this is good enough. So so although having said that, now I mean, we brought in Shreyas Iyer right in the beginning. I think Iyer coming in actually has made slight difference to the middle order, because there seems to be that continuity that Mumbai was lacking in the India leg, although they won pretty much all their matches. But that was largely because of the openers. Openers were in dazzling form. Now those guys seem to have gone off form, off the boil. Prithvi Shaw and this guy
Shikhar Dhawan.
So I mean, it seems to. It doesn't seem to be that well knit, that strong unit that was there. Just about a week back.
Somewhere the collective output is missing in Delhi as of now. But again, joining all the pieces, Shreyas Iyer inclusion in the second leg has indeed been a blessing. He stood as a wall completely today. Did not even try to risk, knowing the situation and playing according to the situation. He knew the target, and the required run rate was not much more than 6.2. So yes, talking about Dhawan, I felt him to be quite unlucky today. He got out to a run out after playing a beautiful cover drive.
But then for me the problem was that he hit the ball straight to that guy and then
he ran away.
So I think it was more momentum that carried him forward. He probably was not thinking of a run when he came out. He hit the ball and then he said, "Oh, now that I have come out,
let me run." No, yeah, seriously, I think.
See, for me, Sharjah's biggest challenge that I have seen is actually not for the players themselves. It's for the people who are outside the stadium. If you remember last time when we played, so many fellows collected balls and went home. I don't think anybody got any ball this time till now.
Was Ashwin's 6 the only 6 this match? No,
I think I think there are. Dhawan scored one. Ashwin delivered. I mean, gave away a few also. I'll just tell you something interesting, because before the match or during the match, they were telling us the data. They were giving us data that this is a surprising piece of stat. Mumbai Indians and Delhi Capitals, they are the ones who have scored the least sixes amongst the 8 teams in this IPL so far.
Correct.
And given away the most sixes.
Maximum sixes, yes. I heard that.
Obviously, there is something not right here.
Something definitely not right.
Not right. Anyway, what is your view on today's the next match, which is just starting off now, which will start off in another couple of minutes.
So Rajasthan has come up with a lot of changes. I think they badly need to win, but at the same time they also need to look into the future. So they have come up with a lot of changes. CSK has just made only one change. I don't know why. I mean, I did not see, but I just learned that finally Mallu is playing in CSK team. KM Asif is playing instead of Deepak Chahar. So I feel that CSK's side is well balanced. Raina needs to click. Of course, that is the only minus part I feel. Rajasthan's middle order is very, very shabby. So let's hope with Miller coming in, Shivam Dube, who has some international experience, coming into Rajasthan, will at least ensure that Rajasthan is
Yeah,
What do you
so-
say,
so-
Rajasthan?
So I'll
Plays
just
well today.
mention the changes for whatever it is worth. You have
Hmm.
Shivam Dubey coming in, you have David Miller coming in, you have Mayank Markande coming in, and you have Glenn
Yeah.
Phillips coming in. So
And there is one more player called Akash Singh. I think Akash Singh and under
no,
19.
Akash Singh is coming. Yeah,
Yeah,
he is coming.
so
So
he's
quite a
coming.
few new chaps are there. Glenn Phillips, I think, played once, if I'm not mistaken. So like 4 or 5 changes are there. But then
Yeah.
see, I mean, Rajasthan is sort of, we mentioned in the morning in the earlier show, we said that, I mean, all these guys need to win all the matches. So Mumbai's journey has become that much more difficult because now they are lying bunched together on 10 points with a bunch of others. So
Correct.
for them, the journey is, I think, IPL 20.
And they have a poorer net run rate compared to, I think,
Yeah,
Punjab and
everyone, pretty much everyone. I think. I mean, so see, the situation today is that KKR has the best run rate amongst the teams which have played 12 matches.
Yeah.
So Rajasthan is actually lying at. I mean, they have played 11. They are playing the 12th. If they win, they will also be on 10. So
they'll be on 10.
4
correct.
teams on 10. CSK and
Yeah.
DC are done. So they are.
They have already qualified. There's
they
no
are-
one. I mean, they are in the top 4.
Yeah. So for Mumbai to win, even if Mumbai wins both, they get to 14 points.
Yeah.
As do people Punjab if they
Punjab
win 2, and KKR if they win 2.
they win 2. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah. So I mean,
After
CSK.
these 3, they actually go over these guys. That is
Who?
the funny part.
Which one?
Rajasthan. If they win 3,
Win 3.
that will be funny.
That'll be
but then,
funny. Yeah.
But then it's very unlikely. So you will have
Yeah.
a bunch of guys sitting vying for attention. I think even now there are 3. So I don't know how this is going to go.
God knows. Yeah.
Any final thoughts? Yeah. Any final thoughts
Yeah,
on this?
so I mean, CSK will almost seal a top 2 spot if they win today. Considering the fact that RCB does not have I mean, RCB's net run rate is quite less, and they have to win quite big in the next 3 matches. So CSK can almost secure a top 2 spot if they win today. Rajasthan, again, like you said, has to win all the 3 matches if they really need to push themselves. But I doubt that will happen, and CSK will be.
Yeah,
starting
I
at
feel that I mean this is my perspective. I feel that the battle for the 1 and 2 might be between the teams that the other 2 teams that are playing, which will be Mumbai and CSK. They might be vying for the top slot, is what I feel. They're at 1-2 right now.
Delhi and CSK.
Delhi and CSK.
Yeah, correct.
So they might be vying for the top 2, is what
Top
I
2
feel.
spot. Yeah.
So I mean, but then if CSK wins both and Delhi also wins both, it will still be 1-2.
Yeah, it still be 1-2. So
Yeah.
that's what. If CSK wins today, they'll be on 20 points, and RCB has to win all the other 3, and they will have to win with quite big.
Yeah. So I will invoke Bala here. I mean, I was thinking that for once at least Pujara should have played today, because there's nothing at this thing. And
Nothing.
Bala actually was wanted to apply to. I mean, sent an application to Dhoni on behalf of Krishnappa Gautam that he should be given work from home permit.
No, I just
he's the costliest player, and he has not played a single game.
Not played a single match. Yeah,
Brilliant.
Quite a few people sitting on the bench, and I just hope if CSK wins today, the other players like
other guys should come and play. Okay, on that note, we'll wind up. Thanks, Arvind, for joining.
Thank you so much.
So viewers, stay safe, stay masked, and be happy. Have a good weekend. Keep watching and keep sharing, keep liking, and keep commenting. That's it. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Stay safe.
Bye.
Cheers.